And then you're going to slowly release all the air out, emptying out the belly, emptying out the chest. Going together on your next inhale, nice and steady, feeling that chest rise, feeling the belly fill with air. Exhaling, empty out the belly, empty out the chest. Inhaling again, fill the chest, feel it rise. Feel the belly fill. Exhaling when you're full, releasing the belly. Feel that belly button move toward the spine as you exhale. The chest falls down as you exhale. Shoulders nice and loose. Inhaling it back in. Exhaling back out. Now just taking a few breaths on your own, paying attention to the body, paying attention to how it feels and how it moves as you breathe. Your mind completely centered here, in this moment, and on your body. Very nice. Go ahead, release the hands down to either side. And we'll just roll those shoulders up and down, press them away from the ears, open up that chest nice and wide. And on your next inhale, rise those arms up overhead. Exhaling, drop the left hand down toward the right knee, right hand coming behind you. You just go for a little seated twist here. Turning toward the back of the room. Keeping that spine nice and long, try not to curve out into it. And nice and gentle, release the twist. We'll bring the right hand over to the left knee, so both hands are crossed now. And you'll just rise them off the lap. And you're going to curve those forearms and palms in toward each other into your eagle arms. Rising the elbows parallel to the floor, feeling that deep stretch through the backs of the shoulder blades. Keeping the spine long. And go ahead, tilt it forward, bringing the elbows slow and controlled down toward the mat. Your neck is staying nice and long, gaze going down toward the top of the mat. Inhaling, draw the arms back up. Then we'll exhale, release them out. Inhaling, arms up overhead. Exhale, right hand over to the left knee. Left hand coming back behind the left glute there. And we'll go for our spinal twist on the other side. Extending the spine long, feel that nice long stretch. Breathing there, keep trying to rise up from the bottom of the spine, twisting in a little bit deeper if it feels good for you. And releasing that arm back forward, crossing it over on your lap. And we'll go for our eagle arms on the other side. So twisting those forearms and palms together again. Breathe, rise those arms up, elbows parallel to the floor. tip it backward a little bit, going for a mini back bend. Rise those elbows, pressing the shoulders away from the ears. And bringing it back center. And we'll release the arms. So give those shoulders a little roll. Shaking them out, let them loosen up. And we'll go ahead, extend the legs out into a V. So it doesn't have to be very wide, just wherever feels comfortable for you and wherever you're able to stay sitting nice and straight. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, let's reach into the center. Nice and gentle, don't go in too deep. Feeling those hips and the backs of the legs opening up, shoulders dropping away from the ears. Go ahead, walk the hands over to the left, reaching over the left leg. Chest is coming down over the thigh. Nice long spine. Releasing that thigh muscle if you feel it clenching there. And go ahead, walk the hands back to the center. And over to the right. Bringing the chest over the leg. And then stretch out, reaching toward the toes. Releasing that thigh muscle. Breathing there. And we'll walk the hands back to the middle and roll yourself up. Rolling those shoulders back and down, let's bring the right foot into the inside of the left thigh. Inhale it up. And we're going to turn the chest over the thigh again. Reach out for that left foot. Breathing there. Spine is nice and long, so if you're not coming to the foot, you can come up to the shin, or even put your hands down on the mat. Just making sure that spine is staying nice and long. Rolling yourself back up. Go ahead, take that right arm out behind you. And we're going to press through the right hand and lift up onto that right shin, opening up the left arm. Nice long side stretch here. Breathing, pressing those hips up toward the sky. Chest is open and broad. And go ahead, release the stretch down. Bringing that leg back out. And we'll inhale it up. Exhale, reach toward the center again. Try and come in just a little bit deeper this time. Feeling those legs start to warm and wake up. Breathing there. And roll it up. Closing the left leg in now to the right inner thigh. Inhaling the arms up. Turn that rib cage over the right thigh. And we'll reach out toward those toes. Again, coming up on your shin or the mat if that feels better. Bending from the hips, spine is long. Release the thigh. Beautiful, roll it up. And we'll take that right hand to the back now and press up through that palm, coming up onto the left left arm back. Pressing up through the left hand. Chest rising open. Hips reaching toward the sky. Arm is out extended. Opening a long stretch down the right side. Nice, beautiful stretch. And we'll release it down. Bringing both feet in together, soles of the feet, into our butterfly pose. We'll inhale, press those knees into the elbows, real strong, using the muscles. On your next exhale, release them down. Let gravity take them. Inhale, pressing them in, nice and strong into the elbows. Exhale, release them down. Let gravity take them. Last one, nice and strong. Squeeze all those leg muscles. Exhale, release it out. And we'll go ahead, fold forward, reaching over the feet. You can take a hold of the toes if you want, or reach out to the top of the mat, whatever feels good for you. Neck is long, gaze down toward the mat. And we'll go ahead, roll it up. And we'll bring the knees back, making our way onto our all fours. Tabletop position. Hands square down under the shoulders, knees coming out square down under the hips. And we'll go ahead, tuck those toes, lift the tailbone up toward the sky in your first downward facing dog. Nice and gentle, pedaling out the feet. Neck is coming long, crown of the head toward the mat. Just letting those hamstrings open. And when you're ready, we'll just shift the weight forward into our high plank. Holding nice and strong there, make sure those hips are in line with the spine. And we're going to open the left foot out to the side, balance there. Releasing it back, press through the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale into high plank. Exhale, release the right leg out long. Try to keep that spine nice and long. You can come down on the knee if this is too intense. And draw the foot back in, press it back, downward facing dog. Breathing there, give it a nice bend in the knees, just waking up the legs and body. And we'll flow it out. Shifting forward, high plank. Exhale it down, chaturanga. Inhaling up, cobra or up dog. Exhale, curl the toes, downward facing dog. Looking up to the top of the mat. Let's go ahead and step it forward into your forward fold. Breathing there. Bend one knee at a time, pedaling out the feet. Just letting those legs release, feeling that stretch all the way up through the backs of the glutes. And we'll come to stillness here. Inhale, rolling it all the way up, nice and slow. Exhaling, roll those shoulders back and behind. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding it down, forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lengthen. Exhale, fold, releasing into the stretch there. See if you can bring the legs a little bit straighter, the chest a little bit nearer to the thighs. Inhaling, roll it up. Exhale, arms high. We'll go ahead, step the left leg back, planting down that back foot, and bend the right knee into your warrior one. So making sure your knee is in line with the ankle. Shoulders pressing away from the ears. Breathing there. Inhale, straighten that front leg. And we're going to take the arms behind us, clasping the hands, pressing the shoulders down. Open up the chest. Coming into a slight back bend there. Hands are pushing down toward the ground. On your next inhale, rising the arms back. Exhale, fold that leg, warrior one. Beautiful. Inhale, rise the leg straight. Exhaling, folding from the hips down into our pyramid pose. Coming down onto the shin, the ankle, or the floor. And dropping the crown of the head down toward the mat. Breathing there. Inhale, bend the leg. Popping up on those back toes. And we'll rise it up into our high lunge. So you're up on the back toes. Right knee square over the ankle, high lunge. Inhale, hands to heart center. Exhale, release them back. We're going to just tilt the chest forward over the knee or beside the knee. Balancing there. Release the hands to the mat. Very nice. Step it back, downward facing dog. Flowing it out now. Inhale, forward, high plank. Exhale, lower it down, chaturanga. Inhaling up into your cobra or up dog. Feel that stretch. Open the throat. On your next exhale, tuck the toes, press it back, down dog. Holding your down dog, pressing through those arms, tailbone reaching for the sky. Looking up to the top of your mat now, let's step it forward, forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lengthen. Exhale, drop it down, forward fold. Inhale, rolling it up. Exhaling, arms open. Inhaling, we'll step it back with the right foot now. Grounding that heel. And bend the left leg, coming into your warrior one on the left. Breathing there, nice and strong. Take a look at your knee. Make sure it's over the ankle. Make sure the shoulders are rolled back and down away from the ears. Hips are square and line to the front. Inhale, straighten that leg. Exhale, clasping the arms behind. And we'll push the shoulders down, opening up the chest to the sky. We're a micro back bend here. Inhaling, arms back center. Exhaling, press it back down into your warrior one. Beautiful job, nice and strong there. Inhale, straighten that leg. Exhaling, fold it over, pyramid pose. Reaching the chest toward the thigh. Nose is reaching toward the knee while the crown of the head is directing toward the mat. We'll inhale, bend that front knee and pop up on those back toes. When you have your balance, exhale and rise it up into your high lunge. Breathing there, very nice. Extending that leg, bringing the hands into the heart center. Exhale, release them back, releasing the chest over the knee or out beside the knee. Whatever feels better for you. Balance and breathe. Very nice. Releasing the hands down. Step that foot out. Downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. On each inhale, feeling the tailbone rise a little more. Each exhale, feeling the chest sink closer toward the thighs. Inhaling, extending the spine. Exhaling, crown of the head toward the mat. And we'll flow it out on the next inhale, high plank. Exhale, lower it down, chaturanga. Inhaling it up, cobra, holding their breath. Extend that throat. And tucking the toes, downward facing dog. Dropping the knees now as wide as the mat. Bring the toes together behind you. We'll press it back, wide-legged child's pose. Chest and forehead coming down toward the mat. Arms are long and strong out in front of you. Feel the breath. Inhaling, shift it back forward into your all fours. Exhaling, tuck those toes, downward facing dog. Looking up toward the front of the mat, let's step it forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, releasing down. Holding there, breathe. Feel those legs extending. Spine reaching down toward the floor. We'll go ahead, roll it up. Inhaling, arms high. Stretch it up long. And we'll step the left leg back again. Warrior 1. Breathing nice and strong there. Inhale, rise it straight. Exhale, arms down and behind. Clasp the hands, open up the chest toward the sky. Breathing there. Feel the back bending. Inhaling back into your warrior 1. Very nice. Rising that leg straight. Let's exhale it out, pyramid pose. Holding there, dropping the head. Inhaling, bend that front knee, popping up on the back toes. Now you could stay here to come into your high lunge, or if you want to drop the knee and go into a low lunge, feel free. Wherever you're comfortable, rise the arms. Coming into your lunge, breathing there. Beautiful, nice and strong. Inhale those hands to heart center. Exhale, fold it forward. Working that balance. And release the hands down to the mat. Bring the foot back, downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Pressing strong through the pose. Shoulder blades falling down the back. high plank. Exhaling it down, chaturanga. Inhale up, cobra, holding for a breath. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Looking up between the hands, and we'll step it forward, forward fold. Breathing here, spine is long. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, roll it all the way up. Exhaling, arms high. And we'll go for our second round, stepping the left leg back. I'm sorry, the right leg back. Just did the left. Right leg back. Nice, strong warrior one here. Back foot is at a 45-degree angle. Front foot facing forward, 90-degree leg. One more breath in and out. And rise it up straight. Exhale, hands behind, clasping the fingers. Curve it back, opening the chest. Nice open heart. Gaze is up toward the ceiling. Inhale it forward. Exhale, warrior one. Inhale, straighten that leg. Exhale, reach it down, pyramid pose. Nice and controlled. Breathing, folding that chest down toward the thigh. Inhaling, bend that knee, and we'll pop up on those back toes. Lowering the knee from there if you want to keep it high. And when you have your balance, rising up into your lunge, high or low. Do what feels good for your body today. Beautiful job. Inhaling, hands to the heart center. Exhale, folding it over the leg or out next to the knee. Press those arms back and away. Shoulders falling away from the ears. And planting the hands, step it back, downward facing dog, 5 breaths. Lengthen that neck, don't hold any tension there. Heels are pressing toward the mat. And we'll drop the knees down, wide as the mat. Toes come together behind you. Press it back, wide like child's pose. Really releasing the body here. Release those legs and feet. And breathe. Inhaling, we'll go ahead, sit down on the legs and sit it back onto your heels. So you're in kind of a wide-legged hero's pose here. Shoulders rolling away from the ears. Nice broad chest. And we're going to inhale, rise it up. Exhaling the hands back onto the backs of the hips. Open that chest. And go for a little stretch forward. Dropping the shoulders back, chest is open in a little back bend. And release it back down. Sit down onto those heels, pressing the shoulders away. Inhaling it back up. Bring those hands onto the backs of the hips. And give a little back bend. Try not to press those hips forward, but keep them in line, just bending from the spine. Releasing it back down. Breathing there a moment. And we'll go ahead, reach that right arm out to the side and bring the left arm long. So your back leg is still down on the shin. And you're just going to open the arm out for a little kneeling side plank. If you feel nice and strong there, you can bring the bottom leg up to meet into a full side plank. Doing what feels good for your body today. If you're in the full plank, release that knee back down. And we'll rise it back into the middle. Wide-legged hero's pose. Bringing the left hand out to the left. Right leg extending now, coming up onto that shin. Open up the right arm for a kneeling side plank on the other side. Breathing there. If you feel good, stepping the other foot out into a full side plank. Listening to your body, taking it to your own level. And if you're in the full side plank, lowering that bottom knee again. And walking the hand back to the middle, wide-legged hero's pose. Inhaling the arms up. Exhaling, let's plant them into the mat, coming into your all fours. And we'll go for our thread the needle now. Inhaling the right arm open, stretch open that chest. Exhale, thread it through. Palm coming toward the sky, ear coming down to the mat. If you want to take it a step further, extending the left arm and leg. If you want to take it even one step further, lifting that left leg. And for a final challenge, drawing that left arm up onto the back. Releasing the arm and leg if they're up. Inhale, press through that left hand, open the right. Exhale, draw it center. Very nice. We'll come into the other side now. Inhaling the left arm high. Press open that chest nice and wide. And we'll exhale, thread it through. Dropping the ear toward the mat. Breathing there a moment. Thread the needle. Taking it a step further, extending the right arm and leg. If you feel good there, rising the right leg. And if you want to challenge even a little bit further, drawing that right arm up and over the back in a full balance. Releasing the arm and leg if they were up. Inhale, sweep open the chest. Exhale, release it back to the mat. And we'll come into our puppy pose. Walking the hands up toward the top of the mat. Chest dropping down. Hips are staying high, up in line with the knees. Forehead to the mat. Feel that long stretch down the backs of the shoulders, all the way through the arms, up through the low back, down the backs of the legs. Nice and gentle, walking it back into your all fours. And we'll go ahead and flow it out, tucking the toes, press it back, downward facing dog. Inhaling forward, high plank. Exhale down, chaturanga. Inhaling, scoop it up, cobra or up dog. Holding there. And we'll exhale, tuck the toes, press it back, downward facing dog. Three more breaths in and out here. And on your next inhale, looking up to the top of the mat, let's step it forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, release it out. Inhale, rising it all the way up. Exhale those arms high. Inhaling, stretch. And exhale, we'll bring them into the heart center in our mountain pose. So we'll come into our balance now. If you want to grab a drink of water, take a second to do that. And we'll meet back at the top of the mat in our mountain pose. So we'll just give those feet a little stretch out before we start. Loosening up the legs. And we'll go ahead and begin on our right side. So grounding down through the right. Give a little bend into that left knee. Getting a still focal point in front of you. When you're ready, inhale, rise that knee up. Breathing, stay nice and steady there. And release the foot down, give it a little pedal. Very nice, beautiful balance there. Going back into the right side. We'll inhale, take the knee up again. When you have your balance there, release the arms. And we'll inhale them up overhead. Beautiful. Holding there, stretching long. Exhale, release the leg. Give it a little pedal. Going into our third round now. What we'll do is lift the leg like we did. We'll lift the arms like we did in the second round. And then on the third round, we're going to tilt from the hips, tilting the arms forward, and the leg is going to rise up behind us into our warrior three. So we'll give it a try together now. Balancing into your right leg. Get your focal point in front of you. Hands onto the hips. Inhale, rise that knee. Nice and steady, rise in the arms. And now we'll tilt it forward, letting your gaze move as your body tilts. One long tilt. Breathing, holding strong. If you fall out, don't worry, just go back in. And release it down. Beautiful job, really nice job. So we'll go on to the left side doing our 3-round progression there. Bringing the hands onto the hips, ground down through that left foot. Really feeling all points of the foot grounding into the mat, all the toes, balls of the feet, and the heel. Inhale, rise that right knee when you're ready. Balance and breathe there. Pressing the shoulders away from the ears, spine is lifting. And release the leg. Pedal out the feet. Going for our second round on the left, grounding down through the foot, nice and strong. Inhale, rise the leg. Exhaling, rising the arms. Breathe and extend there. Feel how long you can get. Like you're reaching the fingertips all the way up toward the ceiling. And release it down. Pedaling out those legs, beautiful. We'll go for our third balance, our warrior three. Moving through our progression. Ground it down through the left. And when you're ready, lifting up the right knee. Staring into your focal point, rise those arms. And when you're ready, tilting it forward, bringing the gaze down with you, nice and steady. Spine is long, leg is lifting. Grounded leg is strong, rooted into the earth. Beautiful, release it out. Amazing job. Pedal out those feet. All right. Stepping the feet out, a little bit wider than hip width apart. And we're going to turn the toes out toward either corner of the mat. We'll come into our goddess pose here. So we'll begin first with our 5-point star. Extend the arms out nice and long, shoulder blades falling back down the back. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, bend it down, bending the knees. And we'll bend the arms into a cactus position. Beautiful goddess pose here. Inhale, straighten it out, 5-point star. Exhale, fold it forward, hands coming down toward the mat, and your wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, hands to the hips. Exhale, lift back out, nice and straight. Inhaling, arms up, 5-point star. Exhaling, ground down through the feet. Lower those hips. Bringing the arms into cactus, goddess pose. Inhale, extend it out, 5-point star. Exhale, fold it down. Wide-legged forward fold. Go ahead, heel toe those feet in. Just about mat width. And we're going to inhale, hands to the waist. Exhale, rise it up straight. Inhale, arms high. Exhaling, heart center. And we'll come all the way down to our yogic squat. Lowering, nice and controlled. Keeping that chest lifted. Squeezing those glutes. And adjusting yourself when you're at the bottom. If you don't come all the way down, don't worry about it. Go to where you feel that nice strength and that nice stretch without any pain. Breathing here. Let the body release. Let the face release. Holding no tension. And releasing the hands to the mat. We'll come down into a seated position. Beautiful job. So, soles of the feet grounded in front of you. We'll take the hands just under the knees. And give your shoulders a nice stretch back and down, opening the chest. Nice strong balance on those sit bones. And we'll come into our boat pose. So inhaling, open up the arms. Exhaling, tilt it back. Rising the legs, boat. Beautiful job. Leaving that spine long. And release the feet. Giving those knees a hug in, squeezing down the shoulders. Open the chest. Coming for our second boat now. When you're ready, getting into your balance, lift the legs. This time opening up the arms out to the sides. Breathing, rise that spine. Beautiful boats. Floating in the ocean, nice and calm. And release it down. Squeezing those knees. Rolling the shoulders down and away. And we'll go ahead, release it all the way back onto our backs. Shoulders rolling back and down. Shoulder blades are nice and flat on the mat. And we'll walk those feet close into the bum as you can get them. We'll just cross the left ankle over the right knee, coming into our figure four. So you can bring the hands, left hand through the hole, right hand on the outside. So you can bring them out behind the thigh, or if you want to bring them over the shin. Whatever level you're at today, drawing those legs in toward the chest in your figure four. Closing the eyes, give yourself a little rock side to side. Let that left hip release. The left foot is flexed and active here. Releasing the leg back down to the mat. And leaving the legs just how they are. You're just going to drop the left foot over to the right. Opening out the arms. Tuck those shoulder blades under. Breathing in that little twist there. Feeling those hips release. Drawing the legs back up, and we'll switch to the other side. Right ankle crosses over the left knee. Opening up that hip in your figure four, let's reach it through, coming behind the thigh or over the shin. Giving yourself a nice little rock side to side. Feeling those hips release. Try not to hold any tension, but just breathe there. And releasing the arms down onto the mat. Let's drop that right foot over toward the left. Letting the hips relax down. Shoulders are still rolled back and down flat on the mat. Mind is restful here. Body is heavy. Drawing back into the center. Release the legs. We'll go for one final stretch before our Shavasana. Inhaling, lift those legs up overhead. We'll take the hands behind the thighs. Flexing the feet. Stretch those legs nice and long up into the air. We'll go ahead, release the right leg down to the mat, holding just the left now. Drawing the right leg back up to meet, and we'll drop the left, holding just the right leg up now. Flexing that foot nice and long. And we'll drop that leg down. Opening the arms out to the sides. Letting the feet fall out to either side. Coming into our Shavasana, our corpse pose. Feeling the breath come and go here. Feeling all that strengthening and stretching that we did for our bodies today just get absorbed into the muscles. And giving yourself a nice deep breath in and out. Allowing your body to melt down into the mat. Allowing yourself a couple minutes here of total stillness, total silence. Quieting the thoughts as they come into your head. Acknowledge them there and let them just drift past. Not dwelling on any one thought, but focusing on your body, focusing on how it feels on the mat. Feeling the breath fill your chest and belly just like in the beginning of our practice. And feeling it release from the chest and belly, drawing you deeper into relaxation. Drawing your mind further from the room and into yourself. Allow yourself to feel gratitude for the hard work you did on the mat today. Gratitude for the beautiful home we get to live in. Gratitude for the breath and the heart and the body that carries us through every day. And when you're ready, we'll start bringing our minds back onto the mat, back into the room. Letting the breath deepen a little bit, bringing energy back into the body. Give the fingers and toes a little stretch. Opening and closing the hands. Pointing and flexing the feet. And together, deep inhale, drawing those arms up overhead. Give yourself a long stretch there. And exhale, release down into it. Nice and gentle, rolling onto your side. Using the arm as a pillow. Breathing there, letting your body wake back up. And when you're ready, making your way all the way up, back into a seated position on the mat. Leaving those eyes closed down just a moment longer. And we'll go ahead, bring the hands into the heart center. Thank you so much for being here today, for sharing your energy with me and sharing this time on the mat. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.